Hello Gooners, welcome to Arsenal Daily for Friday, March 10th, 2026. I'm your host, bringing you the latest news from the Emirates as we head into a crucial period for the club. Let's dive straight into today's big talking point: the growing narrative around Arsenal's playing style. Brighton manager Fabian Hürzeler has caused quite a stir with his comments following our 1-0 win against his side. He claimed, and I'm quoting here, "If I would ask everyone in the room, did you really enjoy this football game? I'm sure maybe one raises his arm because he's a big Arsenal fan, but besides that, no chance." Now, let's be honest. We've heard this kind of criticism before, haven't we? This idea that Arsenal are somehow playing grim football feels like a convenient narrative that's building as we continue our title challenge. But here's the thing. Winning football matches isn't always about entertaining neutral fans. Sometimes it's about digging deep, showing resilience, and grinding out results when necessary. What's particularly interesting is how this narrative seems to be growing specifically around Arsenal. When other title contenders win 1-0 or adopt a pragmatic approach, they're often praised for their winning mentality or championship DNA. But when Arsenal do it, apparently we're ruining football. The double standards are quite remarkable. I think what we're seeing is a reflection of how seriously Arsenal are being taken as title contenders. The more threatening we become to the established order, the more criticism seems to come our way. Remember when Arsenal were criticised for being too soft, too focused on beautiful football at the expense of results? Well, now we've developed that steel, that ability to win ugly when needed, and suddenly, that's a problem too. Looking at our upcoming fixtures, this resilience is going to be crucial. We've got a massive Champions League clash against Bayer Leverkusen coming up on Wednesday. That's an away trip to Germany, which is never easy, especially against a Leverkusen side that's been performing well this season. Then, just 3 days later, we host Everton in the Premier League, before the return leg against Leverkusen the following Tuesday. That's 3 massive games in the space of 7 days. The kind of schedule where you need to be able to adapt your style and approach depending on the circumstances. Sometimes you'll play flowing, attacking football, and other times you might need to be more measured and controlled. What's clear is that Mikel Arteta has built a squad capable of adapting to different challenges. Players like Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka bring that creative spark, while the likes of Declan Rice and William Saliba provide that defensive solidity and physical presence that allows us to control games in different ways. I think what's most important is that the team stays focused on what matters: getting results. The noise from opposition managers and pundits is just that: noise. What matters is picking up points in the Premier League and progressing in the Champions League. That Champions League tie against Bayer Leverkusen is particularly intriguing. German sides always provide a stern test, and with the second leg at the Emirates just 6 days after the first meeting, it's going to be a fascinating tactical battle between the two managers. The good news is that Arsenal seem to have found that perfect balance between defensive solidity and attacking threat. We're not conceding many goals, and we're finding ways to win even when we're not at our flowing best. That's the mark of a team with serious ambitions. So, while Hürzeler and others might not appreciate our style, I think most Arsenal fans would agree. Winning is what matters most at this stage of the season. If we need to grind out 1-0 wins all the way to a trophy, I don't think you'll find many Gooners complaining. As we head into this crucial run of fixtures, the team will need our full support. Whether it's the Champions League clash with Leverkusen or the Premier League match against Everton, let's get behind the boys and show what the Arsenal family is all about. That's all for today's Arsenal Daily. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back with more news and updates soon. Come on, you Gunners!